I want to talk about online gaming and basically my experiences. I grew up in the time of Doom and Wolfenstein, PC gaming, Spectrum's Sega Master System. The first games machine we had was a Spectrum 48K. I mean, come on, 8-bit gaming, and you had to type that shit in yourself, and then we quickly moved on to cassettes, because all games came on cassettes, and you used to get full games on the cover of magazines. So you used to hook up your tape player to your Spectrum. You used to make all the high-pitched whirring noises, a bit like a dial-up, but most people won't have a clue what the fuck I'm talking about. Even back then, I mean, most of your games came copied. I'm sorry to say. You know, you used to go around to your mates and swap games, and the game would, you know, come on one floppy disk, and a good one would be on three to five. I'm not sure how. I think Doom came on a single disc. In fact, it was even pre-installed on the PC we bought, and we found it by accident, believe it or not. Yeah, so we grew up on Doom and Wolfenstein 3D, and what I like to think is the original shooters. And this is in the time of Elite and Asteroids and things like that. Very early gaming. I mean, yeah, you know, you had wireframe gaming, for God's sake, to emulate the 3D effects. Side scrollers were the norm. Even in the arcades, I think they were the norm. So online gaming. I think my first experience of online gaming was Team Fortress Classic over Wireplay, which is a dial-up service, and you just connect to a server, or was it a lobby, and you just joined the game, and it was, you know, over dial-up. It was crazy slow. It was like 400. You used to get 400 ping, man. Do you know what I mean? 400 milliseconds. It's crazy. I mean, you used to go up to a fucking 1200 milliseconds at times. But it was playable. Back then it was playable. Believe it or not, I used to get headshots, and you know, Team Fortress Classic, if you know it, it's got 4 classes, and I used to love playing the sniper class. The amount of time we spent playing 2-on-2 was ridiculous. And it was all about the gameplay, it was all about reactions. I mean, most online gaming is all about knowing the maps, right? Knowing the choke points and knowing the flash points. Back then it was definitely more raw, definitely more kind of skill-based, and you know, you had to be skilled because you had so much lag. So you had to take that into account as well. You know, forget your fucking hitboxes. But I wasn't a member of any clans or anything, we just played for the hell of it. So Team Fortress Classic and then Counter-Strike. I think I got into it at 1.3. And that was a bits to play. I just used to get raped, you know. I don't know how much anti-cheating stuff there was, but I got fucking raped. But it was the thrill of it. It was something brand new. Because let me, you know, put it into perspective. Half-Life came out in 92, was it 93? And I think Counter-Strike came out shortly afterwards, because it was a mod, wasn't it, for Half-Life? And Half-Life was like the game. You couldn't get enough. You honestly couldn't get enough. It was just absolutely awesome. You know, and they're always banging on about Half-Life 3. Well, you know, I'd rather they didn't bring it out, to be honest, because look what they did to Duke Nukem. They fucked it, right? And I don't want that to happen to Half-Life. You know, I'd rather. They bought a high-res texture map out for it, which is fair enough. You know, and it makes it kind of, you know, they didn't change too much. It doesn't feel any different to the original. I think it's called Black Mesa. So I hope they don't bring out Half-Life 3, man, because that will just fuck things up. Because they have to go back to basics. So don't fucking just cop out and try and make money out of it. And then, yeah, and then basically, you know, it just went from there. And I joined a few clans, actually. And the biggest clan, I won't mention any names, but they were like 40 strong, and I spent many a year and many a night playing with them. And it was a fun clan. It wasn't necessarily about playing, you know, competitively. I think it was basically there were parents there, and then their kids would play as well. You know, and we're not just UK people or English speaking. We had European speakers as well, you know, and obviously they were made to speak English, but they would just come on, and it would just be a great, because it was family orientated. You know, before 9 o'clock there was a lot of rules, and you know, people had to behave and shit like that. But late at night, I'm talking about 2 o'clock in the morning, you get people come back from the pubs and shit all drunk, and it would just be hilarious. Most of the time though, it was alright, it was good. But yeah, you get all the Europeans come on, and we loved it. We absolutely loved it. They added a lot of depth to the server, you know, because I've been on servers before, and a lot of English-speaking servers, and they're very, I wouldn't say racist, but they can be very bitchy, you know. They say, you know, you can only speak English on the server. Well, yeah, you should do, because, you know, the admin know what the fuck you're talking about. You know, I think typing it out was okay. But But it's only because, you know, it was to make it fair on the other players. If you're going to come on an English-speaking server, you should really try and speak English. I don't think there's anything racist with that. Unfortunately, it imploded. I think it just got too big. It was like 40 strong, and then, you know, half of them were admin and you know, sub-admins or whatever you want to call it. And you know, it was just too big for its own good. Geezer. And I stopped playing. I stopped playing online games. I mean, people are trying to come back together now, but it's just lost that magic for me. It's all about putting that time and effort in, and I want to, you know, carry on vlogging for now and see where that takes me. I still dabble. I play Witcher 3. I love my, you know, I love my single-player games, and they'll always trump online gaming. I'm sorry, but you know, they're two different beasts. Okay, and I think with online gaming, you need to find that community that suits you. I got into Bad Company 2, and that was pretty good. I found some really good servers. I found a really good German server, actually, and I followed them into Battlefield 3, and it was amazing. It was brilliant. And, you know, I couldn't speak a bit of German, but I think their English is better than my German, obviously. And it was awesome. I think they're a bunch of teenagers, and that's the thing as well. You know, I don't think age matters, but I think our sense of humour gelled. Which probably says a lot about my terrible sense of humour, because I had these German teenagers gelling with me. The thing is, you can tell instantly when you're on a shit server, because nobody talks and all they do is swear at each other, and there's no fun in it at all, you know. So fuck that. The internet is just representative of the world without any kind of restrictions, in a way. So you're going to get all sorts of like shenanigans going on, and all, you know, it's not going to be pretty, that's for sure. But no, I do want to spend more time playing online, finding the right community, because, you know, it's a good experience. I loved it. It's a different side to things, and you wonder where it's going to go with the virtual reality stuff. Well, it's not going to change it too much. It will add another layer to it, but it'd be interesting to see how that works out. Virtual reality, man. It used to be jokes, easy. Look at this guy, geezer. Yeah, see, I played Quake and Unreal Tournament, and I was more of a Quake guy. Unreal Tournament was okay, but I think Quake had it. I remember taking a 19-inch CRT monitor, Yama one, and it weighed fucking 20 kilos probably, and walking down the street, you know, a couple of streets away to my mate's place for a LAN. And so you had to make several trips, one for the base, because that was fucking huge, and then one for the monitor, because there's no way you can lift both at the same time. Oh, well, I couldn't. You know, those were the days, and you just used to line up, and you had to do it for days, because it's not worth it. Not worth doing one evening, lifting all that fucking weight around. I don't agree with, you know, paying to play online. I already pay for broadband. That's why I've never played WoW. I play Guild Wars, because it's free to play. But I'd never pay monthly to play a game. I mean, that just goes against my ethics, I'm afraid. You know, you bought the game, so, you know, things like Counter-Strike, Battlefield are perfect. And, you know, when you have to pay online monthly, you know, for a console, fuck that. I'm sorry. But it's just silly. I know you get lots of free goodies and shit in games, but no, I'm not interested. You know, I'm old school. I'll buy a game, I'll pay a lump sum up front, and that's it. It's done. You know, and if it's online, it's online. If it's not, then I don't give a shit. But don't make me pay on you know, monthly fee as well. I mean, it just pisses me off. I get really angry, to be honest. And you get all the, you know, let alone the fucking microtransaction bullshit. It's just a joke now. I mean, I can't even play Team Fortress. It's just bullshit. You know, I don't mind the free stuff, but, you know, I've paid for it, and I'm not going to keep paying. We had an Amiga as well, an Amiga 500, and there were a lot of games for that. I'm surprised it never got any further. I think the PC killed it off. There was a lot of competition back then. There was a lot of formats, you know. We had the Amiga, you had the Atari camp. We never had an Atari ST. And then you had the Amstrad CPC 464. You had the Commodore 64. You had the Spectrum, like I said. There were a lot of formats, you know, let alone the consoles. I think the Mega Drive was around, the Master System. And then, you know, there was a Neo Geo handheld. There was an Atari Lynx handheld. There was so much going on, man. The Game Boy was out. And now it's like 3 or 4 big names. You know, you've got Nintendo, Sony, and Microsoft. Currently, I'm playing Witcher 3, but I've put it aside for now. I just can't spend that sort of time because, you know, it's a great time sink. Absolutely great. I love it. Drop everything else, get that instead. Even if you're not, because when I saw the video of it, I was like, you know what, this looks too complicated for me because I'm not used to playing the sort of games. You know, I played Skyrim, and Skyrim is just a hack and slash now. You know, they're aiming for the more geezer. They're aiming for the more action-orientated sort of audience and dumbing it down more and more. Yeah, so my PS3 is just sat there and I haven't turned it on in a year, and I'm scared to turn it on now because you hear so many stories about them becoming faulty, but not through you know, a lack of use. Right, it's just they just become faulty. What's the last game I got on a console? I think it was, in fact I borrowed it, I think it was Uncharted 3, which is a great game. And that the other thing that pisses me off, I'm going to rant about, is, you know, it's the split in the games release on each platform. Back in the days of the Spectrum, you know, and the Master System and all that, you had a game and it came out for all fucking systems, right? Commodores, Amiga, Atari, everything. They all came out for all platforms. Okay, I think there might have been a small split between the consoles and the sort of computer gaming, but now it's even bigger than ever. You know, it's crazy. And I'm not going to buy a PlayStation just to play Uncharted. I ain't going to buy a fucking Xbox just to play Halo. That's so depressing. That's so bad because, you know, I had Halo and it came out on the PC as well, and then it stopped for some reason. Yeah, it's just and there's so much money involved as well. It's like 50-60 quid a game. You know, the consoles I think have come down in price, but the games are just fucking sick. And this is a dangerous place to be, but, you know, between the bike and a coach, and the coach is going to flam me because they hate me. Probably saw that last video. I know it's a money-making method, but I'm not going to have 3 platforms in my house. No way. So I've semi-retired my PS3 for now. You know, I miss Tekken. I really do miss that. When I was playing Gran Turismo, and I would play it online, right? And the servers are dead. You can't play online anymore, you know, and you have to move to PS4. So yeah, I mean, it's just a tragedy, and I don't like what they're doing. I don't like the model that they put out there now. When I was playing Battlefield 3, I played certain maps, and then Battlefield 4 came out, right? And what do you know, right? You had to buy a specific fucking map pack if you want to play the old fucking maps in Battlefield 3. And I think that's just a fucking con. And that really pissed me off as well. Honestly, it's annoying. Why do they do that? Stop trying to rape my fucking wallet every chance you get. Jesus Christ. I know fucking prostitutes who fucking haggle less than you cunts. Do you know what I mean? I know drug dealers who give better deals. Fucking ridiculous, man. They should work for Colombian cartels, man. Fucking make them millions. You know, you go on the server. No, you can't join the server because you ain't got the right map pack. All right, okay. Let me try this one. No, you don't have the right map pack. But you know, press this button and you can buy it for 12 quid. The fucking game cost me 30 quid. Why do I have to pay another 15 quid for like 6 more maps or 3 more maps? Oh, fuck me. I started now.